What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going over my Title Update 3 All-Arounder Sword and Shield build. Now, this Sword and Shield build is super nice, it's super good, and it is definitely one of those, at least in my opinion, what I would call a generalist set. This is all around, this is for everybody, this is just kind of every monster always. At least in my opinion, it works really well when it comes to just kind of fighting anything. You can fight it with any weapon. You might get hit a little harder just because your resistances are a little lower, but overall, it is very good. Very solid, and something you can just pick up and use. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we are rocking the True Omega Sword. The True Omega Sword is the only real requirement to this entire build. You can opt to run something else like just an Ardian weapon, an Ardian Sword and Shield. Maybe you want to use the Digmore Warpick or a Paralysis one. It doesn't really matter. I opted for this one because it does come with Guard Up and Synthetic Shield, which is really nice. Plus the defense bonus. Why not have a little more defense, okay? Next up is we have my beloved Queen Cordmaker. We are rocking 2-piece Lagiacrus, 2-piece Arch-Tempered New Udra, and 1 piece of the Gamma Raid Out Greaves. Now the reason for this is because Lagiacrus is going to give us Azure Bolt 1. This is going to just apply a little bit of extra damage, as well as give us some affinity every so often during the fight. On New Udra, we get Bad Blood 1. Bad Blood 1 itself isn't the most amazing perk, but the amount of skills with Resentment level 3 and Counter-Strike level 2, you can put out so much damage in the window of which Resentment and Counter-Strike are active, and on a fast attacking weapon like Sword and Shield, I figured why not? And last but not least, we have the Gamma Raid Out Greaves. This is Arch-Tempered Raid Out, and the reason for it is because we want stun resistance. We have a lot of level 1 slots, which is why I didn't opt for the, Gamma Uthaduna Greaves with Quick Sheath and Agitator. At least for me, stun resistance is really important. Ironically enough, I actually have the wrong ones on right now. Haha, there we go. What is this? Burst. There we go. Okay. Now that this is correct, let's go ahead and save that so we don't mess it. So you can see our defense is a little lower, but in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty solid. 448 across the board. You've got okay resistances, minus Thunder. Thunder you're going to end up doing pretty well against, and that is thanks to the Lagiacrus pieces and the Raid Out. And last but not least, we have the Golden Age Charm. The Golden Age Charm is Attack Boost 3 with all of its decorations. At least for me, you don't need this charm. Truth be told, anything with Attack Boost, Handicraft, or Offensive Guard kind of fits into this place for me. I could have made this build using the Handicraft one that I have, using an Offensive Guard. I opted to run Attack Boost, and that is because we don't have a crazy need for anything else with this build. I wanted to make it a generalist set. I wanted it to be good for anything. So, if you want Attack Boost, run Attack Boost. If you want Crit Boost, run Crit Boost. If you want Handicraft, or Razor Sharp, or Offensive Guard, or Guard Up, or Guard, or whatever, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Use what you're comfortable with, what you are satisfied with, and fine-tune it to your liking. This is my build that I wanted to share with you guys, okay? Now that we've gone over the armor, let's go ahead and go over the decorations and my choices as to why. On the Sword and Shield, we have a Handicraft, a Guardian Handicraft, and an Attack Tool. This, for me, is perfect. I could slot in Critical Boost instead of Handicraft, or instead of Attack. The reason I am not is because I do not have a good Critical Boost charm. Unfortunately for me, I don't have an Offensive Guard charm that has Offensive Guard level 3, which is what I wanted. I wanted to showcase Offensive Guard mixed with Guard Up and Synthetic Shield because they all work so well in tandem together, okay? So, Guardian Handicraft. This is going to give us our Offensive Guard level 3, and it's going to give us 1 level of Handicraft. This weapon already has a decent amount of white sharpness, but on Sword and Shield, I just feel like I lose sharpness so fast, almost like it's dual blades, which is crazy. But we have Attack Boost level 2. This is going to max out our attack skill. We have handicraft level 1 right here, and then we ended up putting another handicraft level 1 down here. If you guys have the ability to slot in critical boost, do it. Go for it. I could opt for critical boost level 4 right now instead of this attack tool. However, because it's already attack level 3, I wanted to put it in because I prefer just having something that's good across the board. Like I said, you can use whatever you want. I opted for offensive guard and attack because I want to boost the raw attack as high as I can get it. Okay. Then we have our beautiful Queen Cordmaker. We have 4 Tenderizer Jewels. This is to max out our Weakness Exploit. Weakness Exploit is insane. We love it. It's great. We want to keep it. We want to use it. And we want to use it effectively. What better way than on Sword and Shield, where you are moving so quick that you can hit every part of the monster without issues. Okay. Then we have our Chain Jewel. Chain Jewel is just for the ever important 1 level of burst. Next up is we are going to scroll back up to the top here where we have a Furor Jewel. This is just giving us 1 more level of resentment. It's not a requirement. I slotted it in because the difference between 15 and 20 raw attack is a sizable amount. We want to make sure that our damage is as high as we can get it, which means it was also the last level 2 slot I had, and I didn't really have anything else that I wanted to throw in here. We also have a Counter Jewel. This is going to max out Counter Strike. Counter Strike is huge because it is going to give us that plus 25 raw whenever we get knocked back. If we get knocked back. You know, maybe you're just goated. Maybe you don't need Counter Strike. In which case, I'm jealous. Last but not least, we get to our level 1 decorations. Level 1, we have Protection, Protection, Protection. We already had Maximum Might with this build, and we already had Stun Resistance. So, one of the next best perks that we can get, Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing is wonderful because it's going to make it to where you reduce the damage taken every once in a while by 50%. That means on the big nuke attack, you might survive because this decides to proc. It's just one of those really, really nice quality of life skills to make sure that you're not getting cooked every single opportunity. And last but not least, we have Recovery Up. Because who doesn't enjoy getting a little bit more health from your healing items? That is Dust of Life, Life Powder, Potions, and Mega Potions. Not Max or Ancient Potions because those already heal you up to full. So, you could opt to run Defense Boost instead of all of these perks. And in times past, I have done so. However, in the case of this, I want it to be a generalist set. If you run all of these items, you are going to have 450-ish defense, okay? That 450 defense with a food buff is wonderful. You have 260 raw, 40% of your affinity. You've got a lot of white sharpness. You've got a solid amount of defense. And your resistances are pretty solid across the board. The wonderful thing about this build, I just disconnected, that's fun, that's fine, is you can use it for anything. And that was kind of the whole idea with this build. Lagiacrus with its Azure Bolt is going to proc, give you more affinity. Weakness Exploit is going to give you more affinity when you're hitting those weak spots. Counter Strike is going to give you more raw damage. Resentment, when you get hit, is going to give you more raw damage. Maximum Might is just going to give you the affinity boost. Divine Blessing is going to protect you when you get hit. Stun Resistance is going to prevent you from getting stunned when you get hit. Recovery Up is going to make it to where if you get hit, you get a little bit more. Stamina Surge is going to make it to where you don't have to worry about getting hit by anything and running out of stamina and being caught with your pants down. Overall, this build is really, really nice. It kind of hits every bullet point I wanted it to. We don't have any skills, thanks to how everything works, where we have to worry about anything. We kind of just go. And you can see we're up to 268 raw with burst active, okay? 446 defense, 40% affinity. We've got a great amount of white sharpness, and now we have the Azure Bolt active. Azure Bolt active is going to give us more affinity. So now we're at 55% affinity. And if we include Weakness Exploit, at least if you're hitting a wound, you are actually at 105% affinity. Or, more often than not, closer to about 80% affinity. Especially because Azure Bolt lasts for a little while. So if we were to come over here and talk to Luke, This is where the rest of the build comes into play. We're going to put the boss in, or the monster into Smash Mode, the training dummy. And I'm going to show you guys. So, we now have Perfect Guard and Synthetic Shield active. We are almost at 300 raw attack. This doesn't include Counter-Strike. This doesn't include any resentment. And we now have 475 defense as well. So if we were to come over here and we were to make it a normal attack and we were to disable my health recovery, as if mimicking fighting Arch-Tempered New Udra with the fire, you can see offensive guard resentment 475, 316. Now that we have been knocked back and resentment, we have 341, 446. But we're going to keep our health in the red. Offensive guard has now activated 341, 446. If we can get the perfect guard to go with all of it, we now have 475, 341, 40% natural affinity, a ton of white sharpness to match, and on top of that, everybody else in our party has now also gotten more defense, and we're able to just kind of keep rocking. This build is really, really nice when it comes to just kind of doing everything. You see there, a Counter-Strike at 253. We're on Sword and Shield. We can get up to 350 raw attack, 55% affinity, almost 500 defense, and you can use this for just about any monster. I'm telling you guys, this is a wonderful build. I really enjoy it. I would definitely lean more towards playing Sword and Shield if I really enjoyed just the archetype that the weapon provides. It's not huge for me, but I do enjoy it nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.